Hey guys, it's Dave here from Creative Path Films, and today we are thrilled to introduce you to the latest product from Omnicharge, the brand new Omni 40C Plus. This latest model builds upon the foundation of last year's Omni 40 Plus, that comes with several exciting new features. These include an additional 100-watt USB-C port, a full-sized HDMI port, and an SD card slot. Moreover, Omnicharge has implemented some impressive improvements, enhancing the versatility of this model for creative professionals. And if you're a studio photographer, I'm going to show you how to implement this battery on the job to streamline your studio process. First, let's get the disclaimer out of the way. Omnicharge sent me this unit for review as part of their ambassador program, seeking an honest YouTube review. No money has changed hands, but we do get to keep the unit at the end of the review. As always, my thoughts are my own. All right, let's get into it. The Omni 40C Plus is an alternate version to the Omni 40 Plus, keeping many of the core features intact. Similar to how the Omni 20 Plus and the 20C Plus were released back to back, it's essentially the same model, but with some tweaks to better serve different needs. The C in the name indicates an emphasis on USB-C functions, making it more suitable for tasks related to computers. In this video, I want to focus primarily on the improvements and new features of the Omni 40C Plus, so I won't spend too much time on the features that are carried over, as there's a lot of overlap between the two models. I've already covered these features in detail in my Omni 40 Plus review, so I highly recommend checking that out for the full rundown. I'll put time-coded links down in the description below to help you easily navigate to specific features. The Omni 40C Plus maintains the same battery capacity at 142 watt-hours or 38,400 milliamp hours, ensuring consistent battery performance with its predecessor. It retains its long triangular form factor, which also functions as a laptop stand, along with the rubberized coating and sturdy build quality. The front face and ports of the unit remain largely unchanged, with some additional lettering being added for clarity in identifying the USB-C ports. This model boasts 2 USB-A ports, 4 USB-C ports, a 5.5 by 2.5mm DC barrel, an SD card reader, and a full-sized HDMI port. It maintains a combined maximum output of 150 watts across all ports. Compared to its predecessor, the 40C Plus is slightly heavier by about 40 grams, weighing in at 1,100 grams or 2.43 pounds. Temperature, humidity, and altitude specifications are identical between both models. Like all previous Omnicharge models, it employs the same 11 layers of electrical protection to ensure safe and reliable operation. The Omni 40C Plus also comes with a similar accessories bundle, including a 45-watt USB-C power delivery charger or a 65-watt GAN charger, depending on your region, a 1 meter, 100-watt braided USB-C cable, and a protective case. Notably, the cable design has been improved for durability, with stronger ends and a thicker cable, which I appreciate. Unlike its predecessor, the Omni 40C does not include an international AC adapter, as the AC inverter has been removed to accommodate other functions. It retains the 5.5 by 2.5mm DC port with one significant improvement. It can now be used simultaneously with the front 3 USB-C ports, allowing for pass-through charging. This change is due to a modification in the power circuit configuration, which we'll discuss later in detail. Both units are priced at $399 USD, according to the official store. The front panel of the unit remains largely unchanged from the previous iteration, with a few minor adjustments. A noticeable change in the interface is the default icons for power input and power output have been changed from a DC barrel icon to a USB-C icon, which then switch to a DC icon when the DC port is in use. Additionally, the left button's functionality has been remapped. When single pressed, instead of activating the AC inverter, it now provides quick access to the DC menu, where you can set up to 4 presets for the DC output. However, one persistent issue in this menu is the button layout bug. When adjusting the DC values, the buttons are still reversed when increasing or decreasing their values, which is a bit annoying. Another change to the interface is seen in the menu, which you can access by double tapping the power button. Where the wall socket settings used to be on the Omni 40+, there is now an only HDMI option. This feature allows you to use the HDMI function independently without supplying power to the laptop. Enabling this option will deactivate any power delivery via the fourth USB-C port on the back of the unit, using it solely for HDMI output. This functionality proves useful in specific scenarios, which we'll revisit later. Continuing on the front panel, the unit has two fast-charging USB-A ports, which are both capable of 18 watts maximum output, even when used in tandem. I'll put the voltage profiles up on the screen for you to see. Both these ports support USB 3.0 and both can be used as part of the hub function. No changes have been made to the front three USB-C ports. The center port, USB-C 1, can output a maximum of 100 watts of power delivery and can also be used for charging the unit, accepting an input of up to 90 watts. This port utilizes USB 3.0. Ports 2 and 3, situated on either side, remain limited to 30 watts output each and utilize USB 2.0. Both of these ports can be used as part of the hub feature. The hub function operates similarly to the previous model. You connect your computer to port 1, activate the hub function by pressing the right navigation button, and then you have access to the two remaining USB-C ports and the two USB-A ports for data transfer to and from your computer. I've thoroughly tested the hub function on this model and found that it works flawlessly. There are no bugs or issues to report. One notable limitation is that the hub function only utilizes the ports on the front of the unit. The fourth USB-C port, the SD card reader, and the HDMI port operate independently and on a separate power circuit, so they are not connected to the hub feature. The Omni 40C Plus introduces a significant improvement with its power circuit configuration, but it also comes with a notable limitation. In the original Omni 40 Plus, the DC port shared a power circuit with the USB-C ports on the front, significantly restricting pass-through charging. When the Omni 40 Plus was being charged, you were unable to use the USB-C ports, making it impossible to pass through charge to a laptop or other high-powered USB-C device, unless you powered them using the AC inverter. With the Omni 40C Plus, Omnicharge has revamped the power circuit configuration. Now, all the ports on the front share one power circuit, and the rear ports operate on another. To utilize pass-through charging, you select which side of the unit you want to use and plug your computer into that end. Then plug the other end into power, essentially allowing the power to flow through the unit. For instance, to use the hub function with your laptop, plug the laptop into port 1 on the front and then pass-through charge the battery via the DC barrel or USB-C 4 port on the back. Conversely, to use the HDMI port or SD card reader on the back, plug the computer into the rear USB-C 4 port and then connect your charger to port 1 on the front. This is a huge improvement, and unlocking pass-through charging with high-powered USB-C ports for laptops is going to be a big drawcard for this model. This is a change I'm very happy to see implemented. A standout feature of this power bank is the addition of a second high-powered 100-watt USB-C port to the rear of the unit. When this port is plugged in and active, you can see a C4 icon appear on the OLED screen. This port mirrors the capabilities of port 1, providing 100 watts output and up to 90 watts input, and uses USB 3.0 transfer speeds. Port 4 also controls the new SD card reader and HDMI port on the rear. To use these functions, simply connect your computer to this port. Then add your SD card or HDMI cable and they will start working automatically. By default, this USB-C 4 port will automatically charge your computer when connected. You can, however, turn the power delivery off to only utilize the data transfer functions for the SD card reader and HDMI port. This is done by enabling the Only HDMI option in the menu. The SD card slot supports SD, SDHC, and SDXC cards. I tested the card reader using a Kingston V90 card and conducted speed tests using Blackmagic Speed Test across 4 different card readers. Testing involved plugging the card directly into the built-in SD card reader on my iMac, as well as using the Omni 40C Plus, a Lexar USB 3.0 multi-card reader, and a Belkin multimedia hub. The Omni 40C Plus and the Lexar card reader were the fastest, with almost identical sustained read speeds that reached a maximum of 90.3 and 90.5 megabytes per second, respectively. The iMac followed at 86.9 megabytes per second, while the Belkin multimedia dongle trailed far behind at 22.5 megabytes per second. These results were surprising, as I expected the SD card plugged directly into the back of the iMac to be the fastest. I also didn't anticipate the multimedia reader to bottleneck to such an extent. Nevertheless, this is good news for Omnicharge, as it essentially matched the performance of our fastest reader. The HDMI port performed well with all the monitors that I tested. It supports 4K resolution up to a 30Hz refresh rate. I wish the refresh rate could have been higher for a smoother experience, ideally 60Hz, considering that most USB-C hubs can achieve this these days. Now I know what you're thinking. Is it possible to use the hub function on the front simultaneously with the SD card reader and the HDMI port on the back? Well, yes, but it is a bit of a workaround, and you'll need an additional USB-C cable to do it. To use these features simultaneously, first you'll need to access the menu and enable the Only HDMI function to disable power delivery to USB-C port 4. Then, plug your USB-C cable into port 4 on the back and plug it into your computer. Next, take your second USB-C cable and plug it into port 1 on the front, which will start charging your laptop. Now press the right button to activate the hub function. Now it's all set up and ready to go. You can connect your additional devices to the hub-enabled ports on the front, as well as your HDMI cable or SD card into the back. They'll all work together seamlessly. It's important to remember to disable the power output from port 4 to prevent simultaneously drawing from both ports and risk overloading the unit. And is there a way to do all this while pass-through charging? No, unfortunately not. The only option remaining for charging the battery is the DC barrel, which shares a power circuit with port 4, so the two functions can't be used simultaneously. The studio photographer's dream power bank. I titled this video the Studio Photographer's Dream Power Bank for a reason. Besides our production business, we also run a small rental company, and I often get studio photographers asking for portable solutions to power their laptops for tethered capture, allowing them to move the laptop more freely around the studio. This unit is the perfect option for that application. In the setup next to me, I've got our MacBook Pro placed on a Kupo Tethermate with the Omni 40C positioned behind it. It is connected via port 4 to charge the laptop, while a HDMI cable runs off to a TV off to the side. On my left, I have my 5D camera here, connected to the laptop directly using a tether cable. We're running Lightroom and EOS Utility 3 for capture and preview. When I take a shot, it appears on the TV as a large screen preview, ideal for client monitoring or checking critical focus. If the Omni 40C Plus is running low on power, I can charge the battery by plugging a power adapter into port 1 and pass through charging to the laptop. At the end of the shoot, if I have any issues with the tethering, I can simply back up my files from the SD card using the inbuilt card reader. I can also make backup copies of my media using the hub function and an external SSD if I wanted to. And of course, I can also use the Omni 40C Plus to charge my phone and any other small USB devices that I may have laying around the studio. As soon as I got this unit, I could immediately see the potential for this sort of application. It is an incredibly powerful tool for studio photographers and creative professionals alike. In conclusion, Omnicharge have made some very powerful additions and improvements to an already excellent product in the Omni 40+. Is it perfect? No. The DC menu bug persists, the HDMI port could have benefited from a faster refresh rate, and having to choose between the media ports at the back and the hub function at the front is a bit limiting. That being said, I'm almost certain that there were some serious hardware limitations that are the reason for these functions having to be separated. But if they could have figured out a way to have the DC port on its own power circuit and integrate the USB-C 4 port, SD card reader, and HDMI port into the hub function for a single cable solution, this unit would have been damn near perfect. Omnicharge have taken what was already an exceptional battery bank and integrated essentially not one, but two multimedia hubs into it, which is no small feat. This unit is undoubtedly going to become a staple in our studio, just like the other Omnicharge models have been before it. If at the end of watching this video, you think you'd like to pick one up for yourself, there are affiliated links down in the description for you to check out. And using them goes a long way to help support the channel at no additional cost to you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can let me know by leaving it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, leave us a comment and don't forget to subscribe for more tutorials and gear reviews. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day and I'll see you in the next video.